man shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in the music. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in the music. I'm born in the music. Brand new horizon, the world's in my hands and the sun's tantalizing. Rob, hold on mine if you want some good time, and it's been too long and you need some unwinding. Woo! Shake it low, the new sound has been found, and yo, I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in a music. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in a music. Born in a music. Just don't stop. Born in a music. Born in a
In a city of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. McLeod now returning it. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Vegas first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes out to the left. He takes it himself. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Give now to the running back. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he doesn't get much. A small pickup down to the 42. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 42. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He finds space into the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, Kate, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. And because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he's brought down for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat. But the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Running for it again. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Raiders finish up an excellent opening series. Well, he couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Fielded at the 7. And look at this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
This is hauled in by Peoples-Jones. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with a pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Play action on 1st down. Hits his running back. And they make the tackle at the 38.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with a running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
1st down, ball at the 36. Here's a throw. Completed to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first. A give now from the gun. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Third and long for him here. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. This from 28 yards away. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that will add to their score.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And this is some great effort. He's all the way across midfield. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They have 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. Room to run inside the 20. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. McCloud now returning it. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
This one falls incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. And this is incomplete. Took the check down for granted. He's lucky that wasn't picked and taken the other way. 4th down coming up.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Takes it in at the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Broncos get set to take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. This is ahead for about 5. Devin White hauls him down. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. From the 29. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Nix from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those cases, Kate, where basketball and football blend together. You know, great zone defenses in basketball. You think about them through the years. They trust one another. They know where they are as defenders on that court. Same thing in coverage. When you trust one another, when you communicate, good things happen. Just like that, you suffocate a pocket because there's nowhere for the quarterback to go.
Has him on the quick hitter. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Broncos with a big decision to make here. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Trying to push this past the marker. And he's brought down after a short gain. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. From midfield now. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
2nd and 10 now. Finding Collins. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
From the gun on 3rd down. This ball's cut by Bowers. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders grow their lead just before halftime. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Okay, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the Raiders make it a 10-point ball game. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
They've got first down from the 31. Play action with Nix. He's going to push one deep down the road. That's grabbed inside the 30. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Nix with it on first. Short pass brought in. Juke the defender. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Working inside the red zone. And the Raiders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
And all he's able to do is get them a touch more space to the 4. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The running back gets it on the draw. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Second and 3. On the move, headed right. He's on the move. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. That one gains 7. And the Broncos will have a first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
He'll get this complete to Chubb. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing it. Unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix fits it through the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And that's good for a gain of 5. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
From the 21. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
There's a counter give to Chubb. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Now Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here's a give straight up the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Broncos cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Extra point try now from Lutz. And the extra point is no good. So potentially a key tally kept off the scoreboard, Brock. Going to see how and if this comes into play later in the 2nd half. So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Trey Tucker to return it. And look at this return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you Just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 36. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Third down from the gun. Incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. He'll throw it. That's cut beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first.
So close to getting off the field. The 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
They go play action on 1st. Hits his running back. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Raiders' ball, a chance at a win if they can hang on to this lead. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. He has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Try getting it to Nico Collins. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. They kick the running back in motion. 3rd and long for him here. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Nix. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate 1st down following that encroachment flag. Running it after the penalty. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun snap to Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. Oh, putting him in the spin cycle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Nix off the play action. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 4th quarter lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Lutz there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos push their lead to 3.
17. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. McCloud now returning it. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got 1st down from the 31. Throwing it to start this drive. That's taken in by Tucker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Excellent pickup to move the chains, 36 yards in the end.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Pass play coming here. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. play that should win them this game. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Sutton, the man in motion, headed right. And off to Chubb to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Complete. It's Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talking about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. He'll look to throw it. He put everything he had into this one. Brought in inside the 20. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's Chubb. And he stopped just a little short of the goal line. He's down to the 2. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Chubb. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. McLeod now returning it. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got 1st down from the 31. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
At the 26-yard line.
Broncos to a knee and let the clock run out on this win.